After the hour, let's get moving. Some quick headlines for you. MasterCard investigating reports of a potential breach involving online payments to California's DMV. The DMV says there isn't evidence of a direct breach to its system, but it has opened an investigation and is cooperating with federal investigators. And 3 elephants escaped from a circus. They wandered into a St. Louis parking lot, wreaking havoc on cars there. The circus is claiming that the elephants got scared by loud noises and ran off. It took trainers 45 minutes to get them back inside their enclosure. Fortunately, nobody was hurt except the cars. Clayton, over to you.
I'd love to be the insurance agent that receives that phone call. Got hit by what? Well, the United States about to give up one of its most prized possessions, control of the internet. The big question, though, is why? 80% of American households use the internet each day. So what does this mean for your freedom? And what about our security? Theresa Payton is the former White House Chief Information Officer and author of the book Privacy in the Age of Big Data. Theresa, nice to see you this morning. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You know, Bill Clinton at the Clinton Global Initiative this weekend saying even that we should not give up the control of internet domain names to the international community. What do you say about this? Should we be concerned?
Clinton and I definitely agree on this one. We should be concerned. This is historical. Since the late 90s, the internet has basically had its yellow pages and white pages managed by ICANN, which is the Internet Corporation for Addresses and Names and Numbers. It's an independent body that works with Department of Commerce, and they get input from the international community and from people like you and me today on the internet. They've done a great job, and we're talking about changing the internet as we know it without really having a true game plan defined.
Okay, so to the average American, what does this mean to them? That is to say, for instance, yesterday, registering a domain name, or if my wife registers a domain name, ICANN is going to email us to let us know, hey, is this your registration information, your name? Is this your proper address? We know that this web address belongs to a human being and not someone overseas somewhere doing something malicious, right?
You're absolutely right. And all roads lead to ICANN. So whether you use GoDaddy, Google, or any other registration company, they basically do what you just said. The other piece that they're interested in is internet traffic routing. So they try to make sure that the internet speeds and that we don't have clogs and traffic jams in the network. They also take accountability for that. They've also done a great job in not stepping into political agendas and censorship. So, for example, if a porn site wanted to be on there, people may not agree with that, but they say this is not the place for us to do censorship. Censorship and content filtering should be a decision made either at the country level or at the service provider level, but not here. So they tell people, leave your political agenda at the door. Everybody's entitled to a unique address and a unique name.
Well, you know what the Obama administration is saying about all this? They're saying, well, first of all, that internally the ICANN has really relinquished a lot of control over the years anyway. It's a third-party contracted agency, so it's not really the government. We've sort of let things slip over the years anyway. And besides that, this is really a response to the NSA scandal from the international community, that they want to know that the United States government doesn't have a lock and key over the internet. What do you say to that?
You know, I think the two issues, although similar because they involve the internet, are different. You know, so surveillance of private sector company data and surveillance of internet traffic is different from actually assigning the names and addresses and being sort of the yellow book and the white pages of the internet. The other piece is the international community and individuals like you and me have a voice today, and we get to say today how we feel about the governance structure and how things are working. I think the other thing that concerns me is we haven't actually named the go-to framework. So how many countries is it? Do we all get the same vote at the table? Who decides who sits at the table and who doesn't? These are all unanswered questions for something very historic. We're also used to a very instantaneous response. You know, if you apply for ClaytonMorris.com, you're going to find out very quickly whether or not somebody else has already registered that. We're very used to sort of that American way, that speed and innovation. Is that going to change when we go to a big international governing body yet to be determined?
That's right. By the way, I have ClaytonMorris.com, so don't even try it out there if you're going to go ahead and try it. Theresa, great to see you this morning. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up here on the show, new this morning, a third satellite image that may help lead to the wreckage of that missing Malaysian jet. The reporter who's been breaking these stories since the very beginning is going to join us live next hour with some great information. Then being in the Army is tough. But a brand new comedy is showing the funnier side of it. Creator of Enlisted joins us next.